Welcome back to the channel. Today we look to extend our 7-game unbeaten run. The only problem is our next game is facing Ajax. Hello and welcome to episode 28 of Going Dutch, as we try and turn around a Dutch side that's been relegated from the Eredivisie, in this case Waalwijk, as we try and return them to the top flight and leave them as an established side. And this is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you two games. It's Eredivisie Matchday 30 and Matchday 31. We face Ajax and PEC Zwolle. Ajax away, Zwolle at home, and if you remember earlier in the season, we managed to get past both these sides, 3-2 on both occasions, and most unexpected, having lost the previous two to teams near the bottom of the table. Things are a little bit different this time round. We're on a little bit of an unbeaten run and pushing up towards those top echelons of the league. More about that in a moment, but don't forget, if you enjoyed today's episode, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, leave me a comment or two, let me know what you'd like to see more of on the channel, and you can follow everything that we do on the channel simply by following me on X at JustOffside2. Right, let's get into it then, we have played one game since you were last with us. If you remember last time out, we played Fortuna Sittard, beat them 1-0. William Beaton, the scorer, on 54. And then we managed to get past Heracles Elmelo, not convincingly, I have to say. That a 3-1 win. We have been at home and in the match in between against Vitesse, who I think we lost to earlier in the season. We did. We lost 3-1 to them earlier in the season, but that was part of our away day hoodoo, of course. But we have managed to beat them on this occasion by 2-0 at the Mandermakers. And the scoring was opened on the half-hour mark by Jacco Oakstenen. Ball headed away. Strivers tidies up. Rosier steps over it, and Oakstenen just blasts it in the back of the net past Vizcarra, who's on loan with Vitesse from us this season, and he's just not been any good, I don't think. And then it was pretty even Stevens all the way through the match until the 84th minute, when a shot was deflected in for an own goal. Vizcarra firing this ball forward. It's headed down by Verreau. Van Doren through to Hansen. Hansen takes a shot. In fact, I'm not sure it was a shot. I think he was trying to pass it, possibly into Lobinger, who was on. As it was, it ricocheted off the defender, Cornelius C., and into the back of the net. So 2-0. We had changed formation slightly, and you'll see more of that in just a moment. But we ended up with 12 shots, 5 on target, 1.20 and 54% of the possession. They had 8 shots, 4 on target, 0.75 and 46% of the possession. Which, all said and done, leaves us in 6th place on 51 points. 2 points clear of our second opponents today, PEC Zwolle, who have dropped out of those European places and on a bit of a downward spiral at the moment. Let's hope that they keep going that way and don't stop their fall today. Certainly not in the second game of the episode. Anyway, the table looks like this at the moment. Feyenoord and PSV have both assured themselves of European places, at very least the UEFA Europa League spots. Feyenoord on top with 71, as I said in the last episode. PSV keeping tap on them. Still only a point in front of PSV, just waiting for Feyenoord to slip up, and they don't look like they're going to slip up at the moment. Ajax are in third, our first opponents of the day, but they're 7 points adrift of PSV right now. And AZ, they've sort of slipped down a little bit as well. They're 10 points adrift of Ajax. 1 point behind them, Sparta Rotterdam in fifth, and we are just a further point behind them, so 2 points behind AZ. for European places. And I think at one time there was quite a gap between the European places and us. So we've, by this little run of 7 games unbeaten, we've closed that gap quite well. And then there's a 6-point gap down, apart from Zwolle, of course, 6-point gap down to Utrecht and Volendam, both on 45, and Nijmegen even further away on 37 points. I'll make that 14 points adrift as it is. Down the bottom, Vitesse are in that playoff place on 24 points. I don't think there's much change. Go ahead, Eagles, also on 24. Hercules, Almelo, I pronounce them different every time, don't I? Heracles, Almelo on 21, and Elmer City on 9 points. Elmer City must be pretty much going. 34 games to be played, 5 games left, 15 points. That gives them 24. They are all but gone, Elmer City. And if they lose one more game, they will be gone. And that's how it is. So that's how it steps up for today. Other news, we've got Stefan Van Doren. He's out with food poisoning. David Min's out with sprained knee ligaments. He's out for 11 days to 3 weeks. Not really been in the squad, so it's not going to cause us any major problems. And Van der Vaart is out for 4 to 7 weeks with a fractured lower arm. That's not good. Is he a goalkeeper? No, he plays in midfield, but he's one of the youth ones. Again, not going to cause us too much bother. And coming back from injury, sprained ankle ligaments. Peter, he has played some games, as you know, at the end of the last episode, so he's building up match fitness. And Terence Kongaloo with a bruised ankle, which leads us into today's games. Ajax and Zwolle are opponents today. Ajax at the Ajax Arena, and we've played them 3 times in this series, obviously in the Eredivisie before we joined. Both 2-0 losses in that season, but earlier in the season we did beat them. Castellares getting 2 goals, Tiani Toure the other one, and they had Hato and Akprom the scorers for them, but we managed to hang on in there and get a win against Ajax. It would be absolutely lovely to do the double over Ajax. Can we do it? Let's go and find out. And this is how we finished the game last time. We finished with 2 up front, no wide players, but almost playing a 3 there, so playing a 5-2-3. And that's the way we're going to start today, just to mix it up a little bit. I don't know, it's a right time to experiment, really, but against mighty Ajax. But is there ever a good time? I don't know. Setford is in goal. Martins Indy, Van der Beek and Rosia make up our defensive line. Drambev and Shrivers are the wide players, with Varro and Oaksonen in between them. Hansen then as the attacking midfielder, sat behind Castellares and Lobinger up front. Is he better as an advanced playmaker? I thought he was. Let's just check a minute. He is better as the advanced playmaker. I'm not sure why we've got him set as so he sat behind them anyway. So that's how we line up. Vassen, Lemure, Peter, Kongaloo, Leveld, Lekessa, Old Chica, Latonda, Oakley, Rekic, Margaret and Toure all on the bench. And here we are at the Ajax Arena. They've lost 4 of their last 5, only won 1 of their last 5, and they are in not so good form. We won 4 of the last 5, drawn the other one, so unbeaten in 7, but I'm sort of thinking it might go a bit wayward today. They are 3rd on 63, we're 6th on 51. With 28 minutes on the clock, we do get a highlight. And it's Ajax with the ball. Akprom is out wide to Taylor, but it's headed away by, I'm not sure who it was, but it's tied it up. Rozier. Hansen has picked up a knock, and that's not good. It was trying to be cut out there. Varro wins the ball back. Castellares comes forward. He's got support from Drambev. Drambev inside to Hansen. Hansen, He's been tackled, and I don't know if that injury is getting to him. And Bergwijn comes away. Steven Bergwijn. We've had him before in one of our other saves. It's through to Bergwijn. Bergwijn puts it away. 10th goal of the season. We go behind on 30 minutes to Ajax. They're going to have to do it the hard way. Maybe the formation isn't doing. We have a corner on 34. Varro with a corner. It's swung in, but it's headed over the top. Sure who got up for this. It was Van der Beek. Off target. And no more highlights in that first half. They've had 9 shots, 5 of which are on target. 0.95, 55% of the possession. We've had 3 shots, nothing on target to date. 0.52. 45% of the possession. Yeah, experiment's not working. And we have a highlight early in this second half. We've reverted to our usual formation. 45 minutes on the clock. And want to get back on terms if we can. That's the first target, of course. And Ajax moving this ball around nicely. A little bit patient and stepped in. Oh, and I have to ask the question. Let's just go back 10 seconds. I want to know who that is out there that didn't go for that ball. I think it was Shrivers, actually. It was Shrivers. He has got a yellow card, but there's no reason for him not to do. Ball back, and if they get a second one here, we're in trouble. Oh, just wide. 60 minutes on the clock. Sanchez with a throw in. Sanchez in the corner. And oh, Rooney's into the area. Not the Rooney. And he's put it wide. Good play. Sanchez cornered, but not. I think Lobinger trying to win that ball back. Didn't do it. Created the space and put it wide. And with nearly 71 minutes on the clock, I don't think I told you that Hansen had come off at half-time and he had been replaced. Who did we replace him with? That's more to the point. I think we replaced him with Peter as we went to the revised formation. We've now made some more changes. And Shrivers has come off and Lavelde has come on. Drambev has come off. Latonda has come on. Castanares not doing anything up front. Lobinger moves into that front position. And we have also brought on Tijane Toure out on the left side. We have a free kick. Oakson with the free kick. 82 minutes on the clock. Oh! It nearly went through and it's gone out for a goal kick. And with nearly 86 minutes on the clock, we are making our final change. We have taken off Patrick Varro, who's tiring. Also picked up a yellow card. We've taken him off and brought on Yasin Oakley. And we've fallen to a single goal defeat. And it was a good goal. Well, we should have probably capitalised. And whether it was a good idea to experiment against Ajax, maybe not. But we've had 4 shots. That's all. Nothing on target all day. 0.55, 42% of the possession. They had 17 shots, 8 on target. 2.20 and 58% of the possession. It was just Setford that stopped us from having a bigger scoreline against us. We had our chances, but didn't put them on target. That was about the bottom of it. Their defence is very, very good. And, well, the unbeaten run comes to the end, but we need to start it again. Well, the good news is that Hansen is only out for 2 to 3 days. Just picking up a bruised ankle, so he will be back for the next game because we have international break again. 14 days down to the next game. Let's have a quick look at the other scores from today's matches. And we've still got Heracles, Elmelo and PSV to go. Hang on 2 seconds. Let's fix that. So this is how it is ended up. Feyenoord are top, still a point clear of a PSV in second place. Feyenoord beating Zwolle 4-1 on today's reckoning. PSV, they beat Heracles Almelo by 2-0. Rodney Congolou, is he the one that was on loan with us, on trial with us rather? Anyway, he's been sent off. So PSV still a point behind them, but that gap is ever growing, and they have a 7-point gap down to Ajax, even though Ajax beat us today by 1-0. Sparta Rotterdam move up into 4th place by virtue of a 2-0 win over Heerenveen, and move into the European places. They are a point clear of AZ, who must have lost again today. No, they drew 1-1 with Volendam. They're in a torrid run of form. We remain 6th on 51, 3 points adrift of AZ, and 4 points adrift of Sparta Rotterdam. Really annoying because we were only 2 points behind. Zwolle are 2 points behind us, and then it's 5 points down to Volendam in 8th place. Utrecht are 45, are in 9th. Go ahead Eagles drop back in there. Vitesse, what happened to Vitesse today? Did they win? They drew 0-0 with Almere City, but Go Ahead Eagles must have lost. Go Ahead Eagles may have played the day before. I don't know. Can't see Go Ahead Eagles on there at all. But they have they're in the playoff, relegation playoff. Vitesse a point clear of them. By virtue of that draw with Almere City, pulls them out of that. Heracles Almelo, they're on 21 points on 17th. Almere City get 10 points now due to that draw, but I don't think that's enough. With 12 points available, 3 fours of 12, they are gone by my reckoning. Let's have a proper look at the they are relegated. There you go. There is confirmation of that relegation down to Zwolle. If we look at Zwolle, they've only won 1 of their last 5 and lost the other 4. They're on a run of 2 losses currently. Let's hope we can go and get a result against them. Mind you, there is 2 weeks to go before now and then. We'll come back just ahead of that game against Zwolle as we go looking for another 3 points. And you come back and join us. 14 days have passed. It's match day against PEC Zwolle. And the team news is Shrivers is suspended. He's picked up too many yellow cards. They are without Wekesa, who has a calf strain, and Van der Berg, who has a groin strain. We've played them 4 times, twice before we joined. 1-0 win at Zwolle, and then a 2-0 win. 2-0 loss at the Mandermakers. So they've only played us once at the Mandermakers, and we've lost. We played them at Zwolle, Mac Park Stadion. Beat them 6-2 in the Dutch Cup first round last season. I think it was last season. Yeah, I think so. And then in the Eredivisie earlier this season, we beat them 3-2. Van der Boij, Castenaris and Oaksenen are for us on that occasion. Reiniers and Affelen, the scorers for Zwolle. We want to get back onto a winning run, seeing as we've lost the last match against Ajax. It'll be good to have a 4-match unbeaten run into the end of the season, and then we'll see where we end up. Here is the side that faces Zwolle in this Eredivisie match day 31. Bad news is AZ have won, which means they've opened up a 6-point gap up to it. Yeah, that's not brilliant by any chalk of the imagination. This is the team that will face Zwolle then. Setford in goal. Congolou, Martins Indy and Rekic are defensive line. Drambev and Leveld are wide players. Complete wing backs. Van der Beij and Oakley are midfield today. Latonda out on the left, Peter on the right as the attacking midfielders. Lobinger gets the nod in attack. Vasson, Lemure, Gari, Verreau, Toure, Lekessa, Old Chica, Hansen, Okesson, Rossier, Margray and Castenaris are all on the bench. Here we are back at the Manor Makers. That one lost back. Plot on the landscape again. 1-3, lost 1, drawn 1. Back to our usual formation. And they've lost 4 of their last 5 with 1 win in between. A 4-3-3 today with a defensive midfielder. As Zwolle are 7th on 49 points. We're 6th on 51. "22 minutes on clock. Drambev with a throw into Latonda. Van der Beek, who's playing in midfield today. Martins Indy. Congolo. Congolo finds through to Oakley, but it was back quick. Congolo, Martins Indy. Rekic. Thought he was going to thread that through to... is this Leveld out here? It is Leveld. Congolo. Lobinger through to Latonda. Latonda! He's hit the post and it's come back. And they've defended it at the minute. 41 minutes on the clock. They have a corner. It's swung in. And luckily put it wide. Half-time arrives. They've had 2 shots, 1 on target. 0.13, 34% of the possession. We've had 7 shots, 4 on target. 0.76 and 66% of the possession. Just can't put our chances away. And that's the story of our season in a way. And with 65 minutes on the clock, making 3 changes at this juncture in time. Peter has come off. He's had not such a good day out there today. I'm not sure which. Interestingly, he can play on the wing. I'll keep meaning to play him on the left and just see what he does. And I keep forgetting. Remind me next time, please. Peter's off. We brought on Chris Lakessa for him. Leveld is off. Latonda's moved out to the right complete wing-back position. Can play there. We never used him in that position before. So Hansen is on to replace Julian Leveld. And then in midfield, we've taken off Yasin Oakley, who is tiring, and brought on Jacko Oaksonen. 71 o'clock. Oaksonen going direct, but it's gone wide. And with nearly 77 minutes on the clock, making one more change, Latonda moves back over to the left. We have brought on old Chica for Drambev. And with 87 minutes on the clock, making our final change, Castellares is on. Lobinger is off. 88 minutes on the clock. Latonda with a throw-in. Van der Beek. Van der Beek finds Oaksonen. Rekic. Old Chica. Castellares. And he's straight at the goalkeeper. It's recycled. Old Chica. Goalkeeper had to get rid of it. And it's gone for a corner. Can we get something from this corner? Latonda. Not seen a goal from a corner for a while. Now will be a splendid time, of course. Latonda swings this in near post, but it's headed away. Hansen. Old Chica. But it's over the top. Nice bit of attacking presence, but still not hitting the target. That's the sad thing. And by virtue of not hitting the target, or not putting it away, should I say, we've ended up their goalkeeper really saving their day. 8.3 player of the match. Well, we threw everything in the kitchen sink at it. 18 shots, 7 on target, 2.0. Should have had 2 goals, 2.06, and 65% of the possessions. Zwolle have seen us off. 6 shots, 2 on target, 0.40, and 35% of the possession. I think our season could be over. And here is a roundup of the day's games. 31 games played. AZ beating Excelsior 5-2. Which means they move back up into 5th place, point behind Sparta Rotterdam on 58. We're 6 points adrift of them in 6th on 52, with 3 games left to play. Lose or drop any more points, and that's us done and dusted. Sparta Rotterdam beating FC Volendam, which takes them up into 4th place as it currently stands. PSV are beating Vitesse by 2-0 to stay in 2nd. 1 point behind Feyenoord. and they are 7 points clear of Ajax, which means they just literally need to pick up a couple more points to secure at least second place of Feyenoord. It's a battle to the last 3 games, and they just need to hang on in there and not throw anything out of the pram as it's concerned. Down the bottom, we know Almere City have already gone. They lost 3-0 to Ajax today. Heracles Almelo, with 9 points still available, still can get 31, so they can still pull themselves clear. Go Ahead Eagles are in the playoff position. Vitesse just a point in front of them. 5 points in front of them then is Heerenveen, our next opponents. We're going to play offline, and they're fighting for their lives, so that's not going to be an easy task by any shadow of a doubt. We'll come back. We are going to come back for the last 2 games of the season. Volendam, who are currently 9th. AZ, who are currently 5th. Not easy matches. We play Heerenveen in between as we go and look for 3 more points. We just need to win these last 3 games and then see what happens. But we've lost 1 and drawn 1 in the last 2, which has blown our run realistically. But again, our home form not hanging in there. But I suppose we've not done too bad. If we finish 6th for the season, then we won't have done too bad at all. Better than some expectations, I think, as it's turned out. Right, coming back for the last 2 games of the season then, before a transfers and end of season review. I hope you can join me for that. If you've enjoyed today's episode, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think of the series so far. And, well, that will keep you up to date with everything that's going on here in Going Dutch and our other series, Bottom to the Top, as they are released. A new episode is Going Dutch released every Monday and Thursday, 4:15 p.m. And the best way of keeping up to date what's happening on this channel is to follow me on X, at JustOffsideFM. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 29. It's out on Monday. Watch my other series. That's on tomorrow. But if you're not, I'll see you on Monday for the final 2 games of the season. Till then, bye-bye.